We are not just seeking criminal justice, we also want these leaders and others like them to be out of office forthwith once they behave in that dishonorable and shameful way. At the same time, we have requested the DCI, as we investigate these leaders, to ensure that they can never attain a certificate of good conduct. As you all know, this certificate is required by any leader in order to run for office, and without it, one cannot vie for such an office. In simple terms, this commission, the EACC, and the DCI will ensure that anyone who has acted in such a manner is removed from office and further barred from running for any political office or being appointed to any national position. It is our solemn duty to protect the nation, which is why we have not stopped there. We have also written to the registrar of political parties and have requested them that they ask the various political parties to which these politicians belong to initiate their disciplinary mechanisms towards removing them from office. As a commission, we are taking a multi-agency approach in dealing with this vice. And I want to emphasize this point, that from now on, we are going to work together with the other agencies who have the mandate and the responsibility of dealing with the politicians or leaders who behave in the manner in which those behaved a couple of days ago. And we have decided that any perpetrator, any offender of these crimes, of these provisions, will face multiple charges. And that is why we have reactivated this multi-agency, and from now on, that's how we will be dealing with them. We are committed to a violence-free Kenya. As we have promised before, we will ensure that there are criminal, political, and social consequences to hate and violence and ethnic contempt. We are also on the hunt for the goons who frog-marched a lady while shouting obscenities and also pulling her hair. This was shown in our television screens. We must be defenders of our women, and we cannot allow mob psychology to guide us in this respect. We are, in short, saying that goons, hired or not, are also on our radar, and they will be brought to book in short order. We know that we are focusing mainly on leaders here, but we want to say that also those goons who, whether they are hired or take law into their hands, they also are going to be to face the full force of the law. As well, we condemn the way Honorable Nixon Korir was manhandled by security officials. That is a matter that also we want to take up and ask the IG to take the necessary measures against those who manhandled Honorable Nixon Correa, something that, again, we saw on our television screens. Finally, allow me to speak on my own behalf as the chair of NCIC and as an elder in this country. This is my promise to the purveyors of hate and ethnic contempt that I will ensure, together as a commission, will ensure that they are in jail, and as they are waiting to go to jail, that they will be put out of leadership in any position in this country. There is no way as a country we can continue to condone what is done by the so-called leaders. In fact, it is a contradiction in terms to refer to leaders who are also promoting violence, inciting violence, etc. These cannot be leaders. And especially as we move towards 2022, there are signs that we definitely cannot but take up in order to ensure that there is peace in the way to, during, and after 2022 elections. We also will ensure that these so-called leaders will lose their seats now, because even though they were cleared to run, once in office and misbehave in the way they have, then that clearance should be revisited so that they can actually be removed from office. And we ensure that they will never run again in this country. This is my mission for the sake of God and the country. God bless you, and God bless Kenya. We will welcome a few questions before we end this press meeting.
No questions.
Well, if you have no questions, then yes, there is one here. Yes.
One asked, where does this come with the leaders who are already arrested from Chad?
What we have done is, in consultation with the IG and the DCI, we agreed that those who were arrested will be charged according to the penal code. So those ones are now being handled by the police. It's these others who were not arrested that fall under the purview of NCIC.
Maybe
yes.
Away from Kabuchai, there was also by-election in Nakuru, Uganda, where we saw the likes of Ncic and Nixon Correa also behaving in a manner that is not quite honorable, according to a lot of observers. Are you taking any steps to summon them?
The ones that we have put here are the names that, according to the monitors and observers who are in Kapchai and Matungu, those are the ones that we have here. But also those who misbehaved in other areas. And we had, as commissioners, we were in those areas as well, and therefore we are going to continue to pursue any who misbehaved in similar manner. Yes?
Dr. Kobe, are you opening terms against this honorable member of parliament? Are you putting a case in court? Are you fighting a case in court as NCIC?
The way we work as NCIC is we are now at the stage of investigations. So we will continue with the investigations, and once we have sufficient evidence, then these ones now will be, together with the DCI, then they will be handed over to DPP, and then they can be brought to court. But one point we want to emphasize here as NCIC is the social and political consequences of this kind of behavior. The criminal consequences is already being handled and will be handled in court. But that is why we are saying that EACC should invoke Chapter 6 of the Constitution on leadership and integrity, so that these people can be considered as not being fit to continue to be in office. So that's the direction that we are moving. And we, together with EACC, we want to seek the judiciary advice, because they are the ones who can advise on whether these people, they are now fit to continue to be in the office. So that is how seriously we are taking these matters. Thank you very much. Okay, asanteni sana. Yeah.
Base yetu yawaletea Shujaa wa Base Pool Table Championships Meru Edition. Tuma wachezaji wawili gwiji kutoka base yako tarehe 8 hadi 14 Machi mwaka huu na mshinde hafamili 200k ama 100k. Ni tarehe 8 hadi 14 Machi mwaka huu pale Gitoro Conference Hall Makutano. Vunja weka wa dial *483*8888# kuregister base yako.